Simple Muslim Money, which is the podcast about getting about investing or finance. And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about how much you should be saving or how much you should be sort of halal investing. Now, the reason why I want to talk about this is that basically anyone can invest. It's not about how much money you have, it's about what you do with the money that you do have. Now, the key thing is how much do you need to save? And this is something that I spent a lot of time just sort of faffing about, figuring it out. And, I was kind of looking at these spreadsheets about it and things like that. And in fact, the thing that worked for me was just investing, say, 10% or saving 10% every month. And really not sort of thinking too much. Really investing it kind of, goes and not thinking about it. And the money's it just kind of all happens in an automated fashion. So it just gets invested. Now, the thing I do want to talk about is, seeing what's the advice out there, what are people there. So I do want to highlight that I am not a financial advisor. Everything I say is my own sort of personal opinion. It's not in advice. So, yourself or if you so, and guys that are quite really that space is Dave Ramsey, who is a Christian, and he has sort of Christian beliefs within his sort of finance kind of things, which kind of fits in with some of this sort of fits in with being a Muslim as well. He talks about investing 15%. So, you take and invest that. And Ramit Sethi, who's another person, and actually what I'll share the actual sort of pages that I've been sort of. We are going to share. We'll look at the Dave Ramsey page, which is here, and it's like how to start investing, a beginner's guide, and he talks about percent, which is and good amount if you can. So I would say not focus too much on that. If that does seem like a lot, always cut it down. Series of percent, just straight. Talks about 15%, so it's really good. It's about making budget for doing that. It always has this big banner at the bottom. White, pretty nice. And yeah, it talks about 15%, and it talks about investing, which isn't what we'll do. Also, these mutual funds may not be halal. Halal mutual funds, people like index funds, and there's Islamic versions of those that I invest in. And more about those reasons. And yeah, they talk about mention, and the first thing to do, which like both mention, is the other chat tab I do want to show you is the tab from the one I do tab from Ramit Sethi, who is another person that I really like, and podcast is quite interesting. So yeah, that tab, and he's got this thing called a template. But yeah, he talks about saving a bit, investing 20% of income. So if you earn say 30, that is 3,000, and then another 6,000 will need to be sort of. Now, what I do is I don't kind of, as such, I just invest, or I just take money out, and then I kind of think about what I want to do with it. These people about, so this is both Ramit Sethi. They talk about the emergency fund first, and this is something I really like to do, because I've been in I suddenly kind of lost my job. I was made redundant or downsizing, as in the US, I believe. And I would say is that very good to have a emergency fund. So that yeah, Ramit Sethi has talked. Sorry, I'm sharing the wrong screen. But the right screen is Dave Ramsey one. He also talks about so setting up an emergency fund and about that, yeah, emergency fund as well. And I'll make sure I have a website as well. He's got some really good sites. In this episode, I'm not going to really talk about what to invest in. I kind of and I'm all going to what I really like. But as I said earlier, I am not an advisor. I just want my opinion and doing, and hopefully that will, people out there. But definitely definitely setting up a emergency fund is like cool. I'd say that's something that everyone should do. You just never know what's going to happen, what's around the corner, especially in times at the moment. It's there's a lot of issues and cost of living's going up, energy bills have gone up massively, and also it might be hard to save at the moment, but when you are able to put some money aside without even thinking about it, just setting it all on autopilot, and like that emergency fund. So what I try to do between 6 to 12 months of emergency funds. So like if I did my job or something happened for 6 to 12 months, I could sort of cover it. And ideally, it's good to have. I kind of like to have more than that as well. And the good to have your emergency fund that you do have that, so that 10% in emergency fund, you stop putting into your emergency fund because you built up enough money, and you start that money instead. And the idea is once you invest that money there for a long time, if emergency dip into your emergency fund and you look to top that up. But what you don't do is start. We're all investment is about the long. We're not talking about trading. So that is very risky, very high chance of not making it. But in investing and halal investing, something that is out there, something lots of products out there. But I'm always sort of surprised at how Muslims as well, and that's something I would really want to kind of get people kind of thinking about. And I'm sure there's people out there that want to do the same things as me. So yeah, I'm very excited to kind of have lots more episodes enjoying this. If anyone wants to come on and talk, I'm more than happy to do that. You don't have to be like an expert. I'm just very keen to just share other people's experience. We can all kind of learn. Yeah, I'm very excited to be doing this podcast. If there's any other topics or to talk about or anything you're interested in, please feel free to put it. I really like this live streaming format. I can just talk and like do stuff really quickly. I could also have other people join as well. I can invite guests, and you could always join in and chat. Forward to having my son, so he's 11 years old, to join in as well. I just ask him questions and kind of talk about money and things like that, and talk about some concepts and get him asking me questions as well. So that sounds like a really good thing that we would like to do. But yeah, just to summarize, really, look to save about 10%. I would say, basically, just say put into your savings account that up like a 6 to 12 months sort of fund. So this kind of depends on how much you spend every month, and just kind of multiply that by 12, just like roughly, if you spend about 2,500 or something, by 10 is 20,000, I think it is. So important just to keep doing that and like build up your emergency fund, and then think about investing. To invest at the moment, build up your investment. But there is really Islamic in that fund. I will be talking about that more as well. And I've already kind of had one podcast. I spoke about it on my channel, where before I kind of the word pivoted into this kind of more podcast way of. And yeah, please let me know what other subjects you would like me to cover, and I'm very excited. And yeah, I hope you all have a good evening. Assalamu alaikum.